Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, you guys. Are you ready for a little stitching time? I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop, and today we are here to hang out for a little bit and just kick back, relax, finish out the week, start the weekend with a little bit of stitching time, and chat with each other for a little bit. So, happy Friday to you guys. Hello, Jane. Hello, Ruth P. Hello, Darlene. Hello, Kim. I'm working on His Eye is on the Sparrow. What is everyone else doing? I'm working on wall hanging Father's Day project for my husband. Nice, Jane. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Sherry. Hello. So what is everybody working on? And I'm surrounded by crochet bags. I am working on some crochet. So I'm going to add my border to all of these squares that I had done, and I have not yet added the border to it. Delaney, can you, child, can you grab me that cute little bowl?
This.
Yeah, I forgot it. Thank you. So I'm going to crochet. Here's my cute bowl. And my daughter is here. She's on summer break. And so she is going to read and keep the conversation flowing while we are hanging out together today. So I would love to know what everybody else is working on and anything else that people want to talk about. Okay, I'm turning it over to you, my friend.
Tammy says, I'm working on Farmhouse Star. Can you believe it? All thanks to Angela.
Okay, so let's talk about Farmhouse Star a little bit. Because I have so we were at the shop this morning getting orders out and getting mystery boxes ready to ship. And I was also chatting with Lori for a good chunk of the morning today. Remember, she is filming because she's releasing a video today. So she was going to try to join today, but she's busy filming and getting that ready for us to enjoy later. So I'm super excited to see her next video. But we chatted for a bunch of the morning and we talked primarily about Farmhouse Star. So I have some things to clear up. First of all, let's see if I can really crochet and talk at the same time and not screw this up, because I feel like I might. So first of all, that high resolution photo or PDF that I told you guys about, that has always been out there. So Lori said, we didn't change anything. That's always been there. And I had not caught it in her YouTube videos. So in her YouTube videos, in the description, she always puts lots of really important information. And lesson learned, I had been skimming that, but I didn't catch that this link was there. And so I feel kind of bad that I didn't know that in order to be able to pass that on to you guys sooner. So that link is always there. And if you go to Riley Blake Designs, and I'm going to link this someplace. I don't know where, but I'm going to share it with you guys somehow. But if you go to Riley Blake Designs and you go to patterns, and then there's a tab in there for sew-alongs, and there's a tab in there for Lori. So all of her sew-alongs, there are PDFs out there for everything that she does, including this Farmhouse Star high resolution PDF. Those are always out there. So I felt kind of bad that I was not aware of that. I mean, I think I knew that information was out there on Riley Blake's Designs, but I didn't realize that this particular PDF, which has been very helpful, was already in existence out there. So that's the first thing. That's always been there. And Lori has been doing a great job with her YouTube videos to keep us on task with Farmhouse Star and to show us, to like physically show us, give us a visual of how to put these blocks together. So this quilt, I am super excited about it, you guys, especially now that I have a game plan. And I think a lot of you were in the same boat where you were kind of like, okay, how do I tackle this quilt? And so I'm hoping that my game plan maybe helps you guys, and that in collaboration with Lori's videos, which are fabulous, that this is going to be a really fun quilt to put together because it is not hard. Those blocks are so easy to put together. They will go together lickety split. And trust me, if I am saying that, then you know it's going to be that it's an easy quilt to put together. So we now have a game plan. I think it's going to be lots of fun. Lori, she is always so concerned that she's providing good information for us, that she is trying to make it super easy for us to follow along. And we all know that she takes care of us. She goes above and beyond taking care of us. So I'm super, super happy to be doing this quilt. I'm really excited to keep working on it. I'm sorry that I did not know that that PDF was already in existence out there, because I could have directed it to you guys sooner. And I need to do a better job making sure that I'm reading the descriptions of her YouTube, because she puts a lot of really important information in there. So be sure that you guys do the same. But I'm excited about Farmhouse Star. I got my other 3 blocks prepped and ready to go. So then my 12-inch blocks, once I finish those 3, my 12-inch circle blocks will be done. And then I will move on to the 4 10-inch circle blocks. And then once I finish those, I'll move on to the 4 8-inch circle blocks. So that's my plan with Farmhouse Star. And then once I'm done with all the circle blocks, I'm going to, watch Lori's next video, and then I'm going to start tackling those blocks that she shows us about. So are other people excited about Farmhouse Star? Let me know what you're thinking about it.
Can you scroll back up?
Oh, sorry. I was talking a lot.
Yes.
And I missed a bunch of stuff.
Susan says, hi all, I have 50 squares done and 50 in progress.
Good for you.
Betty Clements says, hello everyone, I escaped from work early and so happy to join in again. Working on a cute 4th of July cross stitch.
Nice. That's Betsy.
Oh, sorry, your cursor's there. Jen says, love all your project bags.
So who said that?
Jane.
So Jen, they arrived I just opened it up literally before I got on here. So Jen made these bags for me, these 2, and she was so smart to use the panel and put like a different lining on the inside so that so then you can get 2 bags out of the panel instead of just 1. So I got 2 bags from Jen, and then of course this was the original that she made, so I didn't have time to figure out how I'm going to do everything, but this bag is so cute. Love this little granny square bag from Lori's Granny Square panel, and all of my finished granny squares are in here right now, so this might end up being the home for my finished granny squares.
Tammy says, oh, Angela, which
What?
must have been right after you said my name. Then she says, hi, Dee, I've missed you, my friend.
I know. Sometimes I forget.
Mary Jo says, I'm stitching Memorial Day by hands-on design, hoping to have it done by the 4th of July. Ha.
That's a cute one. I really like that one with all those flags hanging on the line. That's a good one.
ND Quilter 1 says, I have not received my Floss Club floss yet. Has it been sent out?
Rhonda. Okay, hold on. If the invoice is paid, then it should have been sent, because we're all caught up on orders. We don't have any orders outstanding.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
You can keep going while I'm looking this up.
Brandy says, hello all, happy stitching. I will be working while you crochet. I am pulling mat data for a power line project south of Houston, Texas. I think it's what that says.
Oh my goodness.
Marcia says, I'm working on Farm Girl 2 quilt. I put it aside while going through cancer treatments, sewing blocks together.
So, Rhonda, it is not shipped because your invoice is still open. So I'm going to send this to you again.
Tammy says, Ange, you and Lori have become BFFs, and I'm a little jealous over here. LOL.
Who said that?
Tammy.
Lori is so sweet. I mean, she's just the sweetest. And she takes such good care of us. I think maybe I heard from somebody who said to me, Lori does such a good job of taking us through step by step with all of her sew-alongs that with Farmhouse Star in particular, she was saying, I don't think I knew what to do on my own. And Lori does such a good job. But even with Farmhouse Star, she's walking us through it with her YouTube tutorials. She's showing us how to make each of the different blocks. And then it's just repeating that block throughout and then following the layout in order to put it together. So I think that maybe people were seeing the layout and they thought, oh no, how do I put all of that together and have a visual of how to go through it step by step. But all of the information is there. So we just need to jump in and do it. Like Lori is still providing these amazing YouTube channel or YouTube videos. Everything is there. And even if you don't follow, it doesn't have to be exactly like Lori did it. So I know some people want to do it that way, and that's your choice, is that you want to do it the same way with the coloring, how it's laid out in the quilt, but it doesn't have to be that way. And the quilt that Lori got that she shared in her video, she mentions a few times in her video, oh, look, this is different. They chose just the same coloring, but different prints. And you could recolor that whole quilt completely differently and it would still look amazing because B plaids all goes together fabulously. So you don't have to get too caught up in stuff not being exactly where it is according to the sample. We don't have to get too worried about that. I think it's going to be lots of fun. And Lori is super, super sweet. And I'm so glad that we've gotten to know each other. I feel pretty lucky that we've gotten to know each other better, and hopefully that continues.
Can you scroll down? Other way.
Keep going or what?
Keep going. That's good. Brandy. Brandy Bus.
Yeah.
Says, hello, I'm working on crocheting granny squares while sitting in my car waiting for my Miss Luna Bell dog to finish up with her grooming appointment.
Nice. You're doing granny squares just like me.
And you got a super chat.
Marsha, thank you so much. We're a little bit behind, but thank you so much for your super chat. That's really nice of you, Marsha. Thank you. And I hope you're home safely, and I hope you had fun visiting family.
Brandy says, hello, Dee. I hope you're feeling better. I am feeling much better. Thank you. Amy's Quilty Adventure says, hi, I'm taking a break from my Land of Liberty quilt, hoping to have the top all together today.
Ooh, I hope you share pictures. I would love to see it.
Felicia Frakes says, hello, happy Friday. I'm putting the pieced border on my Somerville quilt. Nice.
That'll be pretty too. I hope you share that. Those Summerville, Autumnville, all of those Ville quilts are really pretty. I have Autumnville on my wish list.
Jane says, y'all are totally making me want to do this quilt also, but I have so many work in progresses that I'm already behind on.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but I'm super excited to do this quilt. I think it has the potential to go together really quickly. Like even just yesterday after I got off the live with you guys, I was like, okay, I'm just going to quick get these last 3 blocks pulled and ready to go. And I got all the fabric pulled, took a quick picture, shared it with you guys in hopes of trying to like keep each other motivated and going with this quilt. And then I cut them up, did all the interfacing, like they're all ready to be sewn. So by the end of today, I'll have those 3 done. Maybe I'll have the 10-inch ones all laid out and cut up and ready to go for a different day. But I think it's going to go quickly. And that quilt, oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. It is so pretty. Even, I think I told you yesterday, even my husband, we were just talking about it last night. And even again last night, he goes, I really like that quilt. I was like, I know, it's so pretty, right? Don't you think, Dee? The star quilt, don't you think that it's pretty? Weren't you the one who said you really like the centers? No, that was your brother. He goes, I like the centers. That's what you pick out. You like the pentagons the best? And he's like, yeah, I really like the centers of the stars. Okay.
Tammy says, Angela, before I forget to ask you, in Lori's first Farmhouse Star video, one of her tin mugs I've been trying to figure out, did we miss out on it? I'm going to send you a pic.
Send me a pic. I will look at it.
Darlene Hall says, I'm working on a small 24 by 24 table topper in red, white, and blue.
Nice. I'm going to keep an eye out for that picture.
Can you scroll down again? Darlene says, Angela, did you post which bee basic background will be used for the granny sheet quilt?
I did not, but it's clover, bee background, clover in cottage.
Tammy says, do you think we have special treatment because we have a club after her and we love her so super much?
I would like to believe that Lori is just drawn to my personality. I don't know. I sometimes have asked that myself, like, I wonder. I don't really know what drew her to our group, but I'm just gonna embrace it and not question it. Because I've really enjoyed getting to know her more. Like she is just, you just can tell. I mean, you guys know. She's been doing this for a number of years. She has a very kind of pure and honest and caring soul. So she's a person of good. She just works hard to do the best she can to get people what they need. I think she goes above and beyond, far above and beyond with her involvement in not just our happy little stitch shop community, but just in the quilting and sewing community in general. And she's always doing stuff for us to follow along and join her and do with her. And you just don't see that from everybody, to be that invested, that involved, that in touch.
Helena JVG says, hi, I got out of work early, so here I am. I'm about to pick up my fall on the farm.
Yay! Well, welcome. I'm glad you got out of work early so you can start your weekend early. And your fall on the farm is finished. I would love to see a picture if you post it to tag me or post it in our Happy Little Stitchers group. I would love to see a picture of it.
Cheryl Evans says, I'm working on the granny square cross stitch along.
Nice.
Jaden says, Angela, do you know when you'll post your plan for our summer?
Yes, I can do that. So for sure, I'm going to have a post. I keep thinking of so many things to post. And then I think, oh boy, I got to space this out because people are going to get tired of it. So for sure, Be Happy is going to be posted on Monday. And I can post that pretty soon here. Maybe even over the weekend. I might do it while I'm getting Be Happy ready to go live on Monday. So soon, I will post that soon and kind of lay everything out because I hope that some of you will join me and that maybe, just maybe, it will make life feel a little bit less overwhelming and chaotic if you just have certain things to really focus on and just kind of put everything else aside, and then we'll focus on that later.
Amy's Quilty Adventure says, I posted the rest of the stars on Instagram yesterday. Hashtag Land of Liberty Fabric.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't see it. I'm going to have to go and try to find it.
Tammy says, I sent it already.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Yeah, I think we missed that. The one with the quilt blocks, I thought that's the one you were going to ask about. I feel like maybe, what was that for? I don't know what that was for. But that might have been one of the first ones. The one with the blocks. So yes, that is one that I missed. I do not have it. It's not available anymore.
Sherry Kenny says, D, congratulations on your summer job. I'm jealous.
I'm not sure Dee could understand someone's jealousy of her summer job.
Tammy says, I busted out laughing the same time you did when you answered my question about Lori.
You don't think it could be my personality, Tammy? Is that what you're saying?
Marcia Miles says, thank you. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Sally Quilt says, yeah, I made it to a live chat. I'm going to jump in on working on my granny squares.
Yay.
I'm adding the last round in the color leaf to all the squares I've made already.
So pretty. Leaf is such a pretty color. So pretty.
Marcia Miles says, I got my Be Happy quilt kit. That was a ton of cutting.
It was. I was not fibbing. It was a ton of cutting. Oh my gosh, there were so many cuts to that quilt. There, the square done with the outside border added. But it's going to be so fun to put together. That's another one that I've heard from people once they got their kit and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel a little bit overwhelmed with all the fabric that is in this kit. Don't feel overwhelmed. We're going to go through it step by step. We're in this together. It's going to be fabulous. And it's really, I think, the perfect summer project because all of those pictures are so fun and summery. And so I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about making that quilt. And I think it'll be perfect for this summer.
Jillian Lazarus says, "Hi, happy to join. Sewing up some granny square blocks."
Hello. Happy you are here.
Nancy Bender says, "Stitching vicariously through you while sitting at the splash park."
Oh, well, it's a beautiful day. I don't know if it's beautiful where you are, but where we are, it's a beautiful day outside today. I almost thought about being outside and stitching with you guys, but it would have been tricky to get this set up outside. I'm not sure that that would have worked.
We're all caught up.
Ooh, good. So the last time that we had a chat like this, I think it was our last chicken salad, maybe chicken salad live. And we're going to be starting Be Happy Lives next week. But I do have a question for you because I didn't really think about doing Farmhouse Star Lives until somebody mentioned it to me the other day. Is that something that people want? Do you feel like that would be helpful? Otherwise, we'll just focus on the Be Happy Lives. So let me know about that if you're interested in Farmhouse Star Lives or not. And then the last time that we got together, we were chatting about books. And I was in the midst of my second Mitford series book, which I finished. And I told you guys I was going to be moving on to Where the Crawdads Sing, because that was one that was highly recommended from you guys. And so I'm in the middle of that one right now. And I'm curious to see where it goes. I have to say, at the beginning, I was like, this is so depressing. This is just making me sad for this girl. Like all of these horrible things that are happening to her. But now I'm kind of curious as to where it goes because my mind has gone to a bunch of different possibilities, and I'm wondering if I'm accurate with any of them. So I'm in the middle of that one, and then I'm going to move on to the quilt series one. I can't remember what it was called, but Lori had suggested that one, that she really liked it and did it, read it years ago. And so I'm going to move on to that one next.
Mary Jo Shields says, "My husband and I have picked out our retirement jobs. I'm going to work for you, and my hub's is going to work for the New Glarus Brewery, making and probably drinking spotted cow."
Oh my goodness, you're familiar with the brewery? Yes, New Glarus. That is a big draw in New Glarus. Who said that? Mary Jo?
Mm-hmm.
Are you from Wisconsin, Mary Jo? I don't remember. That's really funny.
Nancy says temps are going down in Pennsylvania in the 70s tomorrow.
Ooh, that might be kind of nice though. A little break from this 100-degree weather that we've been having.
Kim Sit-Home Quilter says, "I made a granny square the other night and I failed to keep the front facing up for each row. It was a good practice square."
What did you think, Kim? Did you like it? Do you think you're going to keep doing it?
Helena JVG says, "Is that Where the Crawdads Sing a movie now?"
They're turning it into a movie, yes. I think you can even see a trailer for it. I think they did release a trailer maybe. So yes, they're making the book into a movie.
Brandy says that book does start out depressing.
Yes, I was like, why am I reading this? Oh my gosh, I can't. Especially with kids, like I just wanted to go and get her and take care of her.
Kim says, "I want to read that book too, and I'm also reading the second Mitford book now. I read it to I read it to Ray sometimes in the morning.
Yeah, that series is a fun series. It's it's just an easy read. It's good stuff. I think there are some really good little gems of wisdom hidden in there that I have. One time I took a complete excerpt from the book and I messaged it to Lori and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense to me. And we had a whole conversation about this part of the book, but it has some really good information in there, I think, to grab onto.
Brandy says, I've been listening to the Elm Creek Quilt series.
Mhm.
All audiobooks are at my library. Since it was mentioned, I am on book number 6 now.
You are flying through those. Like, did you just start or had you started before? And clearly you must be liking it if you're already on book 6. So you must be enjoying it, right?
Mary Jo says, yes, I'm from Menasha near
Oh,
Appleton.
yes. I remember now. Sometimes I just need a little remember. What? Sometimes I just need a little reminder. And then it all comes back to me. I was in the hair chair yesterday, you guys. Do I look like, 6 months younger?
Kim says, I'd like to make a granny square pin cushion or a few for both fillers.
Yes, I want to make some of those granny square pin cushions too because I think they're super cute. And I also have a couple pillows potentially on my list that I would like to make.
Helena JVG says, yes, the trailer looks a little depressing too.
Yeah, so I'm curious I just am curious. I need to know how this story is going to end now. Like now I'm kind of invested in her and I want to know what's going on and what's going to happen. I need to have my questions answered.
Brandy says Reese Witherspoon has been doing promotions for the Crawdad book. She's the one bringing it to us as a movie. She's been posting it on Instagram.
Yes, I think I did know that. She's like the producer of it, or she seems to do that a lot, where she'll take books and turn them into shows or movies, which is kind of cool. I like it.
Brandy says, I had not started them before. I had never heard of them until you all. Loving them. A lot of historical fiction in there, and I love that.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to love that series then. See, Lori knows. She said, I know you well enough to know that you're really going to like this series. Apparently she does.
Leanne W says, on book number 20 of Elm Creek series.
Oh my goodness. That's a nice long series then. I always like long series because then you don't ever have to say goodbye to those characters. Sometimes it's really hard once you get so invested in these characters to have them be gone.
Nancy says, Angela, another good series that are quilt themed is the Erlene Fowler series. They are mysterious, good to read in order.
Really? Okay, I'm going to have to remember that one and look it up. Erlene Fowler. They are mysteries.
Oh, that's what that says.
She can read. She is actually a sophomore in high school. But she has her mother's eyes, so she can't see very well.
Caught up.
So that's a good one. Is anybody else listening to other stuff that you're really enjoying and that you're into? And then I have been enjoying seeing your answers to the question from the live stream yesterday. So the question was like, what is your go-to? Like, let's just say you're having one of those weeks where, oh my gosh, you're kind of in this funky mood and you can't quite shake it. And the answer is to just blast some music that just pulls you out of this foul mood. What would be that song? What is your go-to song to like sing at the top of your lungs or dance it out to or just kind of shake off whatever kind of not so good mood you're in? What's your song? What's your go-to song?
What's your song, Mom?
That's a really hard question to answer. I'm not sure because it might vary depending on what's going on. I don't know. What do you think what would be my song?
I don't know.
I mean, Hamilton is usually a good go-to for me. Almost anything from Hamilton that I can sing to would be a good go-to. Right now I kind of like that song by Harry Styles. What's it called?
As It Was?
Yeah. I kind of like that one. And my little one sings it. So we will sing it together, which is maybe part of the reason that I kind of like it. Because she knows the words and she's like, will totally, sing it out loud with me. But that's a good song to dance to, like dance in the kitchen too. But then I like some, older songs too. There are some songs like from the 80s that if they come on or the 90s that I'm like, oh, so excited about this song. Or I'm kind of a Prince fan, and so some of his songs can really be fun to listen to.
Jane says Reese Witherspoon also hosts a book club, and her suggestions have been really good.
Really? I don't think I knew that. I'm so out of the loop.
Felicia Frank says I'm reading Dictionary of Lost Words. I love it.
Dictionary of what?
Lost Words.
There's number 2 done. Lost words. I'm gonna have to look that up too.
Nancy says her song would be Cashmere by Led Zeppelin.
Ooh, Cashmere? Led Zeppelin, Nancy.
Brandy says Metallica, haha. No, not really. I don't do that so much anymore. 80s station in my car so I can sing along since I know most of those.
Yeah, all of those. Like sometimes we'll listen to, they have these playlists like 80s rock and so some of those songs have made it onto my kids' playlist. They're like, oh, this is a good song. I'm like, I know, right?
Kim says anything by Micah Tyler lifts my spirits, but I also am a child of the 90s, so old school hip hop makes me happy too.
Okay, so like tell me a hip hop song, Kim, that would get you chair dancing.
Leanne W says, I know it's weird, but when I have negative energy that needs to be released, I bang out Bach's Toccata and Figure in D minor on the piano.
That is cool. I love that. I think that's so neat. And what a great way to release some of that energy. That's fabulous.
Tammy says, how can you kind of be a Prince fan? LOL.
Did I say kind of?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm a Prince fan. Well, I don't know, because there are some of his things that I don't really care for, I guess. So that's kind of a Prince fan. But most of his stuff I like.
Sue Allen says, hello from Montana.
Hello, Sue. Welcome. What are you working on today?
Sally Colt says, is anyone not blocking their granny squares?
I haven't done mine yet, but I'm going to. It makes a really, really big difference. So for sure, I'm going to. I just haven't yet. I probably need to start doing that because I've got a number done. So I just probably need to start doing that.
Kim says, hip hop hooray, genie in a bottle,
Hip hop
shoot,
hooray!
California love, anything
California
Snoop or
love.
Tupac, to name a few examples.
That is so funny. What's Holler If You Hear Me? Do you know that song, Kim? That's probably one of my favorite Tupac songs.
Felicia says, bye all. Sorry, I have to run. Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday.
Goodbye, Felicia. Have a great weekend.
Brandy says, hi Sue, I was born there. Wish I still lived there. Maybe someday.
Born where?
Sue Allen said hello from Montana. Sally Quilt says, did Lori say she wasn't about blocking granny squares?
Oh no, she does. She for sure does. She's the one who said to me it makes such a difference. Like blocking it makes such a difference in helping kind of uniform the sizes up and all of that. And she has a blocking tutorial out there. So I just need to pull that up and start blocking my squares.
Sue Allen says, I'm stitching I'm stitching All American from Primrose Cottage Stitches. I'm loving it.
Oh, that's a cute one. That's the one with the little truck. Is that right? It's really cute. All of their truck charts are pretty cute.
Judy DeLate says, hello from Northeast Wisconsin. Just stopping in to say hi and had intentions to sew with you, but need to go do some gardening for a friend, so won't be able to stay. Maybe next time.
Well, hello, Judy. Welcome back. I'm so glad you came back for a visit. And maybe you can join us next time. I hope to have a few more happy little stitch hours over the summer while Dee is here to help keep the conversation flowing. So hopefully we'll squeeze in a few more.
Brandy says, I love listening to Carlos Santana or Clapton for their guitar skills.
Yes.
Linda Xene says, I'm hand appliquing Autumn Love. Been working on it off and on for a year. Only 3 more blocks, hopefully done by the end of the weekend.
Autumn Love. Oh my gosh, Linda, that is one of my favorites. Just one of my many favorites. You're going to have to share a picture of that one once you get it done because I'm sure it's so pretty.
Leanne says, I'm stitching June's truck-in from Stitching with the Housewives.
Nice. It's another cute chart.
Tammy says, what is the Halloween fabric that is used for the Flipside quilt kit?
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
Sam says, hi, wanted to say hi and miss you guys. I gotta get on this crocheting.
Hello, Sam. I am so glad that you popped in. And yes, join the crochet bus. It's fun and relaxing. And look, I don't even need magnification for it. I can see.
What Mandy made next says, hi from the UK.
Hello, how are you? And how is it in the UK? Have you guys settled back in after the Jubilee? I get so into my crocheting that I forget that I'm sitting here with you guys. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Are there any big plans out there? And do people have questions about anything while we're sitting here, stitching or crochet or quilting or cross stitch related?
What Mandy made next is very hot and yes, settled after all the celebrations. We will not see in our lifetime a monarch's celebrating 70 years on the throne.
I know. It's crazy. I wonder how it's a pretty big deal for you guys over there, right? I don't know where you are in relation to all of that, but did you get to go to any of it and participate in any of it, or did you just watch it on TV? I think it's so interesting. I have read so many books on the history of the monarchy. I think it's so interesting.
Sam says, question. I need private crochet lessons, please and thank you.
When are we getting together, Sam? Let's make it happen.
What Minnie made next says, watched on TV.
Yeah, I watched some of it on TV too. It was good. Big celebration.
Tammy says, Angela, I'm going to send you a picture of what I found at the dollar store that I'm going to try and use for a blocking board until the real one comes in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping those boards come pretty soon. Oh, I'm so anxious. There's so many things that I'm anxious for because I know you guys are waiting on it and I would like to have it for you. So I'm very anxious for some of this stuff to start rolling in.
Cheryl Evans says, we are camping. Females will be crafting in the air conditioning. Guys may be doing some fishing.
Nice. It'll be such a nice weekend. Oh my gosh. We're hoping to get out and do some camping this summer. We'll see if we can actually make it happen. We go into the summer with the biggest plans, and then nothing ends up coming together. So I'm hoping this summer will be different.
Brandy says going to my LNS to get two pieces that I took in to get framed. One is the brick house stitch. Also have to do yard work and maybe get some quilting in.
There's never a lack of stuff to do. That is for sure. There's another one done. Ta-da!
Tammy says just sent it.
What did you find? Yeah, that might work. I don't know. You'll have to let me know how it works for you. I have to watch her video and just understand what the size of the blocks need to be. I haven't watched all of that, so I need to do that. So hopefully those holes on there will line up with what size the block needs to be.
Jacqueline Woodard said, "Are you going to have yardage of Holly Jolly?"
Yes. I have the whole collection coming. Yeah. So we will have the complete collection in the shop. So there's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to arrive right now. Holly Jolly is one of them. We've had Moda boxes just coming in the shop like crazy. Cheer and Merriment, we'll have that complete collection. Holly Jolly, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Bonnie and Camille, their final collection. That one, the full collection for that one is coming. There's just a lot. There's a lot coming. And of course, Threads That Bind. So that one will be going online and invoices will be coming for that very soon. I'm hoping this weekend because everything's ready to ship and those bolts that we were waiting on arrived. So Threads That Bind invoices will be coming and yardage will be put online very soon.
Jane says, heading to Hilton Head tomorrow. Hopefully I will still be able to make all of this week's lives.
Well, good. So you're going to be there all next week. That'll be such a nice vacation. Oh my gosh. I could so love to just go on vacation, like hit the open road, like we haven't been able to do that for a long time. I love just getting on the road and going, exploring, seeing stuff.
Tammy says, hey, if it doesn't, it was only $125.
Oh, good. Yeah. So it's worth trying out to tide you over.
Helena JVG says, what colors were in the last square you just finished? I'm not participating in the granny square along yet.
Are you going to? Hopefully you will. Hold on a second. Let me get to a place where I can. In this one, so it's cloud in the middle, and then terracotta, butterscotch, denim, and then my outside border is Riley gray. So cloud, terracotta, butterscotch, denim, Riley gray. Who picked that one? I feel like that was my middle son who picked that one, put that one together.
Sandra says, I received the fabric from you from Legacy Fiber Arts Covered Bridge. I love it.
Isn't Covered Bridge so pretty? I think Covered Bridge is really pretty. I feel like that one or Dunes at Dusk is going to be what I would like to find something to stitch on. They're all super pretty. But I'm so glad you got it, and I'm so glad you like it. I think it's gorgeous as well.
Jane says you need to pack up your kiddos and hit Route 66.
I do. So I think we have put that off. My husband has a crazy amount of travel this summer that he has to do for work. And so we've put it off. We were also worried that we were kind of trying to throw it together kind of late and that we might run into problems finding places to stay. And so, but we're going to try to start planning this summer for that next summer, is my hope. And kind of the cool thing is this January, my parents will have been married for 60 years. They celebrate 60 years this January. And for their honeymoon, way back 60 years ago, they did Route 66 all the way out to California. And so it might be kind of cool for them to come along on part of that if they can and want to. So we're going to try to put some planning into it this year for next year. So I totally want to do it. I got the books. The books are super interesting. I found there was one book that I really love. I'm not sure if it's either of the ones that you recommended or one that I just happened to see, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get that one too. And it's really laid out nicely, and so I'm excited to plan that. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Helena JVG says, yep, that one. I wasn't going to, I don't really need another hobby, but they're cute.
They're so cute. Everybody needs another hobby. It's just what we do, right? We add another thing to our plate and then say, oh my gosh, I've got so much on my plate.
Sam says, I still need to figure out what color to do my 5th round in borders for my granny square crochet.
What are you thinking? Do you have ones you're trying to decide between?
Helena says, and I'm partial to anything that has blue or gold.
Oh, yeah. You could do all blue and gold. I know my kid, for the squares that they picked, so many of them kept picking denim. And I was like, we are rationing the denim. We don't know. It's not going to be back in stock until July. We have to use it sparingly. Ration the denim.
Tammy says, okay, look now. I just used an old block I did from before. I think it might work.
Hold on. Tammy sent a photo. Oh, yeah. And then you'll do the edges. This is what Tammy's sending me. Pretty cool. Looks good. Well, yay. Yay for you. That's a good find to tide you over.
Jane says, we went during the children's spring break in March, and it was a really nice time to go weather-wise.
Oh, that's true. You probably don't run into the heat you might run into during the summertime.
Sam says, I'm doing all fall colors for the crocheting, but not sure what color will bring them together.
Thinking wheat or linen could be kind of cool.
Tammy says, plus it's plastic, which is a plus.
Yes. All right, I'm going to finish up this What about you guys? Is anybody going on like a summer vacation that you're super excited about? That you've been planning and you're able to go now and you're excited about it?
Um, Amy's Quilty Adventure says, "Isn't that the truth? LOL. I have 7 quilts going in a bucket of granny squares still put together. I won't let myself start cross stitch until I get some of the older stuff done."
It is so true. But I'd much rather have a lot going on than, nothing to occupy my time.
Tammy says, "The real boards need to hurry up."
I agree. I agree. I'm anxious for so many of the things that are coming. So many things.
Luis Armstrong says, "Hi from Dellen, Florida.
Hello,
Been
Luis.
making labels on my embroidery machine for completed quilts. Love how your hair turned out. Last night worked on granny crochet squares."
Thank you. Yes, I feel that was a lot of gray this time. And making labels on your label maker, that sounds pretty cool. We watched so I came up, oh, that's 4. I don't want 4. I only want 3. I came up with this thought the other night um to do like you guys know, we do family movie night every once in a while and the kids get to pick and my husband and I pick, everybody gets a turn to pick the movie they want to watch. And so the other night it occurred to me like, what about summer blockbusters? Like maybe that would be kind of fun. So I found online this list of top 100 summer blockbuster movies. And we picked one. I picked one from it the other night for us to watch. Any guesses what you think my choice was for the first summer blockbuster movie that we started with for my kiddos to watch?
Luis says, "My hands need a break today. Also, I'm trying to find the embroidery thread for the olive hand-dyed floss for the Oh Christmas Tree cross stitch. Any idea for a substitution?"
For what color?
Olive.
For olive floss? Olive floss? What brand?
It just says embroidery thread for the olive hand-dyed floss for the old Christmas tree cross stitch.
I do not know.
Tammy says, "I really want to start another quilt. I've seen with Olive Loy's fabrics. Still debating. LOL."
Start another quilt? Like what? What quilt?
Jane guessed Top Gun. Brandy guessed Top Gun. What Made Me Next guessed Grease. Susan Strong said summer should always start with a Jaws marathon. Amy's Quilty Adventures said Top Gun, and What Made Me Next says, "Oh yes, Susan, Jaws." Then Brandy guessed Jurassic movies. Movie.
Okay, so those are all fabulous guesses. Top Gun is definitely on the list, especially with the new one out, because I would really like to see it. You guys know that I'm a Val Kilmer fan, and I'm really excited that he is in it. And where's Huckleberry? She's a big Val Kilmer fan too. And so I'm really excited to see it. And I think I need to bring tissues for that part because I've heard that it's very touching. So a Jurassic Park, we've seen some of those. So we didn't watch that, but that's a really good guess. Grease, we've seen. That's another really good guess. That was also on the list, the top 100 list. All of those that you guys have mentioned were on the top 100 list. The people who said Jaws, you guys are the winners. That's what we watched, was Jaws. And it's really funny because that movie came out in 1975. And as we were watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, some of this is kind of intense. And there's, some stuff going on in it. And it's rated PG. Like, I think there are so many things that now would get, maybe because PG-13, I don't think was around at that time, would get like a PG-13 rating, that it was just rated PG. And so I was really surprised by that. But I think so many of those movies from like the late 70s through the 80s have PG ratings. And now as parents, we watch it and we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this only had a PG rating. But it was good. The kids enjoyed it. My middle son, who is easily gets anxious about intense situations, watched the majority of the movie from behind a blanket. But all the kids really liked it. Right? You liked it?
Yeah, it was good.
All the kids liked it. It was pretty good. It was fun to go back and watch again because it had been a really long time since I had seen it.
Tammy says, I have a few patterns that I haven't decided on yet, but using her fabrics.
Well, you cannot always sign me up for a Lori Holt quilt. My gosh, which, by the way, calico I need to order. So I'm going to be ordering that next week. I'm really excited to order that collection. That's going to be so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so we probably need to get ready to wrap it up. Where are you on here?
That one.
Brandy?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that one as a kid, Jaws. Sam, I'm so old. I totally saw Jaws at the drive-in in the back of my parents' station wagon. And yes, it was way worse than PG, right? So I was kind of surprised. And then I was like, it'll do you good. Jaws was the first movie that made me scared to go to sleep. That for me was Poltergeist. Poltergeist scared the heck out of me. And I had a window or a big pine tree right outside my bedroom window, and I was convinced that was going to come alive. Oh, Poltergeist was so scary. I was 10 when Jaws came out in the 70s. It was G, PG, and R. That's it. Yes. Jane, I had the same thoughts about 80s movies that I loved and shared with my children. I know. And you don't think about it. Like, even when the kids were younger, we watched E.T. And as I was watching it, I was like, my gosh, the language in this movie is crazy. And I watched it when I was young and I don't remember any of that. But when you watch it through parents' eyes, you're like, what is happening? What am I exposing my children to? Brandy, I recently watched the new Ghostbusters Afterlife, liked it more than I thought I would. Just those 80s nostalgia movies. I love the 80s movies. I love them. Like, they're just, I do think it's nostalgia, and it's just, you can sit down and pop it in, and it just is kind of a comforting thing. We watched Ghostbusters Afterlife too, and we really liked it. Everybody did. The kids really liked it. My husband and I really liked it. It was good. When I was 13, I had my toenails out. What? Oh, tonsils. It's like, what? That's horrible. Why would you do that? I need better glasses. Let me move you closer. Tonsils out, and my dad left me in the hospital with the book Jaws. I never got the joke till I was older. What's the joke? Do you get it?
Nope.
What's the joke? Got your tonsils out. Jaws book. I'm older and I still don't get it. What is the joke? Amy says, my kids say the 80s were the golden days.
The olden
Oh,
days.
olden days. My gosh, I can probably read it up there better than I can down here. Tammy says, OMG, I forgot to tell you, Angela, I got a new. What? You did? That's so exciting. Oh my gosh, are you loving it? Kim says, Rhea has been watching I can't read it. Reruns of Punky Brewster and Little House on the Prairie. Full House was still a bit too mature for her, but I watched it at her age for sure. Right? I agree. I think there are things that I was exposed to far earlier than my kids are. We did watch Little House on the Prairie when the kids were little. Like that was an evening show that we would just sit down and we would watch when they were littler. And there are some heavy topics in there too that I was kind of surprised by, that I had forgotten from when I was little. That's so funny. Dirty Dancing was so much different from when I was young and when I was watching it with my 16-year-old. Whole different viewpoint. Yikes. So true. That's another good movie. I really like that one too. But you are right, says Brandy. I have caught several from the 80s, knowing my parents let me watch them back then. And wow, I can't believe they did. The language or, yeah, the references are kind of bad. They are. Yeah, I would agree. Mary Jo, it's like watching Grease through parents' eyes. So true. Like so much of that just goes right over your head. I mean, the whole song, Grease Lightning. Are you kidding me? It just goes right over your head. And then as you're listening to the words and you understand it from a different perspective, you're like, what? What? Okay, what is the Jaws book joke? I still don't get it. I don't understand. Yes, there were a couple episodes we had to skip, especially the older episodes when Mary goes blind. Heavy stuff, heavy stuff. And then I think there was one where there was a parent or an adult who was having alcohol problems, and when the kids were little, like that was just,
I remember watching that one.
yeah, we did watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was difficult. It was tricky to explain and difficult for them to understand at the age that they were at. I haven't been able to use it yet. It was delivered when I was in the hospital. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Kim. Just hit me upside the head. I get it. Wow, but her teeth, but she got her tonsils out. She can get her teeth out. Is it that? Is it Jaws? Because it had to do with she had like surgery on her mouth. Your dad is funny. Very subtly funny. And clearly too subtle for me. Tammy, that's so exciting. You are going to love it. That is exciting. That is super exciting. Oh my gosh. There's so many things that I just don't. I need to have it spelled out for me. I don't. Okay, so I got the borders put on 4 of my granny squares. So that's kind of cool. I only have 1, 2, 5 more to put the borders on. So these are done. And I have this one left to do. This one. This one. This one.
I like that one.
I wonder why. She picked this one. She picked the colors for that one. And then this one was the Granny Challenge from Lori. So I will add my grays to those. And then I don't know how many I have. I don't think I have as many as somebody said 50. 14. There's a stack of 14. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I'll have 37 when this is done. Oh my goodness, I got a long ways to go. I got lots of granny squares to make, which is okay by me because I enjoy it. It's nice to just this is an easy thing to just take out on the porch during the summer. The kids are outside playing and you can just be there stitching. Kim says that was my best guess. That's a joke my dad would have made too. So, you know what my dad did with regards to Jaws? So when we were all little, we watched it, and there's a really scary part in it where, and he had already seen it. And so at this point, you know, where they find the boat, that guy's boat is kind of abandoned out there. And Dreyfus goes down to look underneath the boat and he finds the hole. And then all of a sudden, the guy's face appears in the hole. And so it was that point, and my dad said, "Girls, get up close to the screen. Something's gonna happen. I want you guys to be able to see it. So get up close and pay, you know, like look, pay attention." So we all line up and we're like up close to the big, huge tube television. And all of a sudden that happens, and we're all like, "Wow!" We all scream, and my dad's chuckling. It was very funny. Brandy says, "Awesome, Tammy. Have fun learning that." Yes, the joke is having surgery in my mouth. Got it. Oh my gosh. I should have gotten it. Does anyone else hate hiding the yarn tails in each color on each square? I don't mind it because these are so cute. I like pulling out my little vial of yarn needles. I don't know why. I think that these are so fun and cute. I mean, they're nothing, you know, nothing fabulous, but I just love getting these little needles out. I think they're so cute. So I don't mind it because of the cuteness that's involved with it. I have seen, yes, what? You saw the actual head? They actually filmed that clip in a swimming pool filled with milk. Really? Look at you with the Jaws trivia. That's really interesting. And you can see it at Universal Studio. That would be really interesting to have the kids see it after having seen the movie. You can do the tails while you're crocheting the new colors so you don't have to do the needles later. I know. Me too, Kathy. What is it about them? I think they're fabulous. Oh, I have the yarn needles too. That doesn't help me. Oh no, Susan. I was hoping the cuteness factor would help it. I need better yarn needles. Oh, these are fabulous. I love these. I think these are really cute and fun, and they make a nice sound. Okay, so we are gonna get ready to wrap it up here so that you guys can get on with your day and I can get busy tackling the next thing. You guys, I'm super excited for those of you who ordered mystery boxes for our Lori Holt Club. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy excited about it. They're close. Oh, look who came to sit with me. He sees me. He sees me sitting down. You like to come sit with me while I'm crocheting, don't you? With his snowman. That's really go get it. There's Henry. Yes. When do you start to sew the squares together? So I think you can start whenever you want to. I'm gonna get a few more done, and then I'm gonna start sewing them together. Like once I have a good amount. You know, I feel like I don't have very many yet. So I'm going to get a good amount together. And I think before I sew them together, that's when I'm going to do the blocking. Because I don't want to do the blocking and then just put them back in the bag, you know. So I'm going to block right before I start sewing them together. So that's my plan. But I want to get closer to, I think Lori said in her video that her blanket is 12 by 18, I think. And so I need to look and see what size these squares are supposed to be. Do you guys know off the top of your head? Are these like 4-inch squares? So that would be like 48 by 112. Is that right? So that's a pretty good size. So I'm kind of going to use that as a gauge, but I need to figure out the measurements, the calculations, and figure out what size I want it to be. But I want to have a bunch more squares before I start putting them together. It's 9 p.m. there. Oh my goodness. Everything, Lori, is better. It's so true. I don't block crochet squares. Oh, you don't? I'm excited to do that because I think it makes them look really finished, nice and finished. 4 inches. Okay, so that is, so then it is. If she's doing 12 by 18, that'd be 48 by, is 18 times 4, 2, 3. Oh, 78, 72. What is that? 7. What's 18 times 4? 72. 48 by 72. That's a good size. That's a good size. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. Figure out what size I want it to be. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for coming and stitching with me today and keeping me company. I really, really appreciate it. It's cotton. It's sport weight cotton yarn by Lori. It comes in, oh, I have a skein in here, I think at the bottom. If I can find it. Oh yeah, there it is. Comes like this. But then I make it into, which apparently these are called cakes. This is a yarn cake. I've always called it a yarn ball, but I guess it's not really a ball. It's kind of flat like a cake. So I make it into yarn cakes, but it comes in a skein like this, and it's 100% cotton. Sport weight by Lori Holt. So this is what I use. It's fabulous yarn. I really like it. It's a great weight. Okay, so have a great weekend, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please remember to give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Keep an eye on the blog over the weekend and on our Instagram over the weekend. And I will see you guys next week on Monday. I will share in the Instagram post or in the blog post on Monday when we're going to do the Be Happy Live. So hopefully you guys can join for that next week. And there's lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff coming from Happy Little Stitch Shop. The mystery boxes are going to go out soon. Granny Square is going to be hopefully going out next week. Threads That Bind invoices will hopefully be coming very soon over the next few days here. So lots and lots of stuff coming. So stay tuned. Have a great weekend. Soak up some sun if you can. And thank you so, so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Happy stitching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.